not only are we going to talk about, the health aspects of things to help wake people up to get on board, and how long do we continue in this nonsense? What are we going to do about it? But we'll also talk about how we can use the emotions we experience, because I think by now, even people that are spiritual or, are awakened may have some part of them that is either angry, sad, confused because they are vaccinated, or if they're not vaccinated, they have someone close to them. So I think either way, we have these emotions. And, at what point are we still letting this carry on? Those of us who know the danger of vaccines, and then also we'll just touch on what this is about, the inflation, corporate greed, and economic crash. And then how can we put the power in our own hands while they're pushing their agenda? How does it impact us? We not only address some of the pain emotions that surface, right? But then we also talk about a solution. So how can it impact us and then tying that into, I think, a spiritual purpose that I think maybe others aren't necessarily addressing, transmuting, if we're resisting any pattern, to get out of that victim consciousness, because I do believe that's what this pandemic is about, is a propaganda war on the victim consciousness. We can free ourselves from the emotional suffering, that there's an illusion of another spiritual reality, because I think this hits all of our spiritual community. A big part of the quote unquote ascended community is wearing masks and vaccinating themselves. And this is the take. There's always an illusion of another spiritual reality outside of our own sphere of experience. And we're came up with is always longing to find that fulfillment. That's fine. That's kind of our nature, I would say, until we learn to really master our thoughts. But, instead of experiencing this one, and if we do experience this one, and I'm looking around, looking at everyone wearing masks and getting vaccinated, and I'm just in complete shock, then what is my pursuit of truth? If I want to have an extraordinary life beyond wearing the mask and getting vaccinated, extraordinary in that way, then I can see this as a direct path to transcend, just see the distraction of this war that's going on in Ukraine, the vaccines, and keeping with the pursuit of truth. Any distraction that draws me away or draws others away from their true nature is the trap. And if I truly am in the pursuit of my ideal, of my number one value in my life, which is freedom, then how am I spending my time? It's not really how am I spending my time, but what are my thoughts around this, and how am I being victimized by this? And I think that was the biggest impact for you and I, to get us together to more firmly address what reality we want to experience. And that is what I think I want to talk about today.